So, good morning, everyone. We are on the last leg of this wonderful journey. Last leg meaning we've done week 1, mind and body. We did week 2, brain and behavior. And week 3 is going to teach you how now intentionally you can put all these things together and mindfully live your life, not live mindlessly, not live by default, but live by design and live mindfully. So this is going to be the mindful week where you pull from everything you have so far done and bring it together. And I believe I even touched on self-care. We talking mind your, physical life, what is going on within, without, mind all those places. You have an emotional life because you are going to live mindfully. You got to pay attention to that. We have focused on, most of that. You have a mental life, right? Got to plug in and figure things out as you have these side effects that I mentioned before the recording started. Yes, there are side effects to every program, including, the physical medication we take. They tell us the side effect might be dizziness. Don't get behind the wheel, this and that and that. Also, if you are doing this deep emotional work, there are side effects. You'll be cranky. You'll be extremely sensitive. Just like when we work out our muscles, we get sore, right? When we start workouts, we get sore, we get, some places are stiff. You'll get emotionally stiff. You feel like, you are emotionally sore. You are, just on edge and all kinds of stuff. They are the side effects of the shift because your amygdala is protesting. Your nerves are protesting. You are getting on your own nerves. They are protesting. The mind, remember, and the brain, the behavior where it has taken charge and done things the same way and continues to do things the same way. Now that you are shifting, it's also trying to fight back. So all these things you would experience. And so they are side effects of, you shifting and putting things in place. And that is why minding those mental, self-care is very important. Emotional self-care is important, even in your professional life, because you cannot be self-aware and do this deep work without getting to actually analyze whether professionally, whether work, business, whatever you are doing, is working for you. Things that you have repressed or pretended they don't exist are now going to actually blow up and be like, well, if you're doing this, why are we not looking here, right? Even your social life. There are people in your life that you begin to wonder, do I really need this relationship? These are some of the side effects, or how do I manage this relationship, right? Sensory-wise, right? Sound, things that pleasure you, sensations. You begin, to feel sensations in your body. These are, that is why, self-care in all these areas are very, very, very important. Your spiritual peace, sensitivity, even in the, in your spiritual life. And I would even say that in this mindful week, if you want to tag in an intermittent little fast, something, some people will do fruits or like portion of the day, and that is also going to help you cleanse the physical body. As I'm speaking to you, I am on a, what do you call it? I am doing a celery, ginger, coconut juicing, right? To cleanse my body. Find something to really purge, because if you are doing all this emotional work and you realize that the mind and the body are connected, it will be a great thing to tag in something that would also physically flush your system, right? So you are minding the physical, you are minding the spiritual. And some of those areas are also financial, right? Begin to look at those places, because if you are living mindfully, then every area has to be investigated and explored so that you can see how you can make amends with some of these things. Some of these things are patterns and behaviors. Some of these things are systems and unfortunate, situations in life. But this week, you're going to learn how to now pull all these pieces. Even though we've talked about these things and we are taking these other actions, mindfulness also means loving kindness, gratitude, prayer, and all the different things, right, that we do. So now you can bring those pieces that are not in alignment into your prayer space, and you are going to get tools to help you, right? You will be able to look at the things that are in your body, whether it is disease, meaning, these emotional stuff, as we've learned, have caused some, disruptions, within your body. Now you can, bring those pieces and begin to pray for the healing, and as you do these things that you are doing. So that is the idea. I will start sharing the graphic of all these different types of self-care so that you begin to, manage these things, because stress has a way of ravaging your body. Stress actually, prolonged stress, chronic stress, actually do a lot of damage to the body. And maybe I should show you that infographic quickly before the self-care piece so that you pay attention and realize that nothing is random. The acid reflux, the high blood pressure, and the things doctors are telling you to pay attention to, they all happen. Most of them are, yes, some of them are genetic, but believe you me, I believe so strongly that even the genetic piece, guess what? If you go deeply, you'll find its roots in your family's chronic stress, your family's response to life. Then it becomes the family pattern. So the fact that you were not taught how to handle stress and manage these things, if blood pressure runs in your family, guess what? You also manage life the same way they managed to eat the same things they were eating. So then stress become part of your inheritance. But you can change that. Science has proven that we can change our DNA literally by lifestyle and habits. So I'll show you a little bit about the stress piece, and then we'll go on to the reason why you really need to plug into your self-care. So just a quick thing about stress, see? So we all experience stress. A little bit of stress is not a problem. You are planning a wedding, whatever, a funeral, all the different things that we plan, and, you are doing a project, work, all kinds of things happen. We grieve, stress, right? But very high stress often affects the entire body. Many get unpleasant feelings, the headaches, right? Neck and shoulder pain, not feeling hungry, lump in the throat, heavy chest, tight muscle, upset stomach, back pain. See? And it goes even deeper. Like I said, blood pressures, inflammation in the body. So I'm going to just take this out because that is not the key piece, but I'm just trying to show you what we do, or when we don't manage these things, what it does to us. And that is why keeping your nerves calm and keeping your body in a very relaxed state, that rest state, is extremely important. Extremely important, because then it protects you even from disease. Because if these things prolong, headaches, some people's headaches prolong to become the migraines. Some of these become acid reflux. Some of us have autoimmune diseases. All these things that you go to a doctor and they're like, no, your blood work is not showing this, your blood work is not showing that, are all rooted in chronic stress. So to be honest with you, if you want my opinion, your life, your well-being depends on these practices, all right? They do, because if you don't do this and do it well, then you suffer the consequence of managing diseases in your body with medication. Meanwhile, the medication is not dealing with the root cause, right? The emotional pain, the financial situation, and all the things that magnify these stresses. And that is why it is important for you, as you are exploring, to do a comprehensive check-in into all that you are doing at this point, so that you handle your business and work through different areas. And like I said, this week, you would mindfully get to, do all of that. And from that, then you'll be able to handle these things in a very effective, proactive way that would benefit you 100%. The benefits outweighs the discomfort of your body screaming out loud to say, you know what, why are we doing this? I'm so sick and tired of, getting up and, you telling me what to do. I'm talking about your brain and all these different aspects of you. I am still looking for that thing. I saw it, and it, among all my different photos, it is now a little elusive, but yeah, I'll keep talking. And then when I find it, I'll just plug it in. So yeah, be mindful of the fact that you are in charge. You get to curate this wonderful life. And some of you have already tasted the goodness of what it feels like to be in a good place, what it feels like to have peace, right? Suddenly, peace is not as elusive as it used to be. You used to ask yourself, what is wrong with me? How come, I keep, going through this and that and that and that, and you are wondering and trying to find that sweet rhythm of life. And suddenly in this state, after these 2 weeks of, learning, practicing, managing, knowing that you have control has given you a glimpse. And I'm using a glimpse because you got to really practice and make this your own before you begin to naturally, feel this peace. And the reason why I'm using the word naturally is that you will wake up in a peaceful state. And sometimes because you have known trauma and, lived through this high tense way, you pinch yourself to be like, whoa, is this really happening? And I'll tell you unequivocally that yes, this is really happening. When you put in the intention, the mindful way of dealing with all of these things, and you begin to reap the benefits, you will begin to pinch yourself because you'll be in this wonderful calm state that you have never experienced. Not only have you ever experienced it, but you are not even used to. So these are the type of self-care. Make sure that you are plugging in your sleep hygiene, nutrition hygiene, movement. The mental part, we have taken you through all these mental things. So use these things to, stretch your mental capacity, exercise your mental, capacity. This is new learning for most of you, right? And it's challenging you cognitively. Take breaks too, right? Create boundaries. And when it comes to the emotions, it is mindfulness and meditation, right? Prayerful, contemplative prayer, journaling, creative expression, right? Therapy is part of it, counseling. See? In your social, look at the boundaries of your support system, communication, time together, with family, people who nurture you. If you are in toxic relationships, manage those things. Know how much time you expose yourself to these things because now you have control. Ask for help when you need help, right? And in your professional life, what is your work life? And somebody will say life work balance, maybe we got it, reversed. What are, skills that you need to develop? These are skills. Everything you've learned from 3 weeks ago till now are skills that you are developing and then support. You see? And your spiritual life, like I said, meditation and prayer, right? Connection, reflecting on your values. Are there things that are causing moral injury? What is moral injury? When what your values are, you are exposed to a job or something that is not maybe in your job, you are taught to game the system and cheat. And you come home and you are not at peace. All these things are called moral injury, reflecting on your values and they are not gelling, right? Sensory. Remember yesterday, even we talked about music. Sound, moving your body, sensation, especially when you experience that emotional brew. All these things use as self-care. And then financially, hey, sometimes we got to make decisions, but sometimes, let me tell you what, open your arms and bring those areas that don't really align to your values back into prayer. Have those conversations, and I'll teach you how that this entire week you will learn how to plug into that spiritual aspect of you in meditative, mindful, loving kindness way. So you learn how to pull these pieces, the things that keeps you awake at night, into contemplative prayer, into having a dialogue, right? In your prayer time, in your meditative time. Some of us, those emotional eating, when you begin to quit those cravings, you'll be surprised that you might be saving a $5 here, $10 here, whatever it is. And you'll be surprised, and it's, like I said, it will impact your spending. If you're spending mindfully, right? Because some of these fast food and these processed things are more expensive than the regular fruits and vegetables. You'll be surprised when you shift in your mind and your body is craving all these wonderful things. You'll be surprised at how much you used to waste. And maybe because you were in that distress and you don't have clarity, you don't even think about even the waste or those things, right? The emotional eating and all the things that you indulge in just to numb the pain. But as you start doing these things, you begin to realize, wow, things are shifting, even in my finances as well. So this is a very comprehensive, real wellness in mind, body, and soul, right? And so I'm going to leave this list with you for a minute so that you can, go through it, and then we would, stop sharing screen. So I'm going to stop sharing screen. So there you have it, right? Make it a holistic lifestyle change, brick by brick, layer by layer, stack by stack. Now we've stacked up to the 15. So as you, slowly but surely begin to make the shift, your body will begin to crave the peace the body actually would gravitate you towards, all the healthy pieces that it needs to thrive. And I'm sure you've heard, many, many times that the body knows how to heal itself. It's true. Once you put it in the right environment and start exposing it to the right things that it's already inherent, your body knows how to do what it's supposed to actually design. We're designed to, thrive. And so my hope is that this 3 weeks, including, this mindful week that actually is going to be your anchor to living, you'll begin to actually envision thriving and stop surviving. Survival is not where, your habitat, right? You are supposed to go there briefly, but thriving is the key piece for you. To cultivate the soil of your mind, your soul, your mind, and your body, and all the different things with the tools that you've been given so that you can thrive. Any questions, any remarks, anything that anybody has?
I do. An amazing thing happens with this, going through this program and doing the work. You just mentioned how our bodies start to crave the peace. And I'm noticing that there's areas of my life that I'm becoming no longer comfortable with. And even circles of people that I'm just not comfortable with. And I thought, what is wrong? But it's not what is wrong. It's my body is now seeking that peace. So, wow, it's pretty profound.
Totally, yeah. Your body is seeking that peace. And, that is where then that intuitive inward peace and then the guidance from this type of self-care, right, would help you make those adjustments. Places that you have to put boundaries, you put those boundaries. Things you have to shed, you shed. Even clutter, right? Clutter in our environment. Then you look at it and appraise. Are there things that don't fit you? They are in the closet, begin to shed these things. And you will begin to see that then the new things that you've been craving, but because of the clog, emotional clog, physical clog, mental clog, that we're not even having the space to come in and take their place, will begin to show up because you emptied out. All righty? Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you tomorrow, and enjoy the day. All right? And live in the present moment. All right? Take care.